I was just taking a drink when that happened.
Don't matter. I'm gonna have to edit to the start anyways. Don't worry. Or I could just leave it in.
No.
Oh, I don't need that. Okay, get myself to some YouTubes. Okay, ready?
What are we talking about today?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the What Are We Talking About podcast, the first ever one we're in video. It's the future, guys. Look at this. Technology and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it's in full color, too, so that's impressive, right? In this day and age.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I don't even know what the episode is, 34. Cool. I'm your host, Cody McLean. With me, as, I don't know, semi-usually, Cole Francis and the Logue.
Yeah.
Logie Wan Kenobi. So yeah, let's just start chatting about this stuff.
Yeah.
First of all, there's some trailers. Well, some sort of trailers and stuff. Star Wars Episode 8 announcement that its production started or whatever, right?
Yeah.
We just watched that trailer.
Hasn't really showed us anything that
It's
we haven't
barely
seen.
anything.
Yeah.
But just the idea that Star Wars is now, like Star Wars Episode 8 is filming.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, we have like 3 Star Wars movies being made right now.
I know. Rogue One. I think Rogue One they just finished, actually.
Yeah.
Like, they just finished filming, I think. I don't know.
So then, yeah, like, it's in post-production.
Yeah.
And now this one's in filming. And then there's another one that's
Is it
in
the
pre-production. Well, the Han Solo movie, yeah.
Yeah. They still haven't cast the Han Solo yet, have they?
We don't know. They might have cast him already. They just haven't told us, right? Like, who knows how long ago before they announced Tom Holland as Spider-Man did they have him cast, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, yes. I mean, yeah, like we said, it's almost nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's still cool to know. Like, yeah.
So here's a question about this. What do you think this means that we will see? It will start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of the movie will start right when Episode 7 ended off.
I don't know, because typically Star Wars movies always have time that passes in between each one. Right?
True,
And that's what really leads to that screen crawl. Or
Yeah.
Right? So I think there's going to be some time that has passed.
I hope so.
So it's going to be interesting to see the result of what happens between Luke Skywalker and Rey, whatever. Right? Like, I don't think we found out her last name.
Skywalker. I don't know. Who knows what she is? She might be a Skywalker. She might not be.
Mm-hmm.
She might be that's what I mean. She could be like a soul.
That's
She could still be Leia's kid. We don't know.
Oh yeah, it's still going towards the idea that everyone wants to think Skywalker, but that just seems too easy, right?
Yeah.
Like Star Wars likes to have their surprise reveals.
But
and stuff
Star
like
Wars
that.
also likes to be about the Skywalkers.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'd just be almost too easy to have Rey as be a Skywalker. Like, it's just...
Would it be easy?
It seems like the thing that's gonna happen.
From a certain point of view. No, but I agree with you in a way, but I still think that the fact that Kathleen Kennedy said this is a Skywalker story, and Kylo Ren is not... Like, he's a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna... After what he did, there's no way he's gonna be like coming back into the public eye, as redeemable. So I think that she is going to be the new Skywalker that the stories are about going onwards. Unless you think somehow Finn or Poe or something is a Skywalker.
What if the story
there
still
needs to be another
about
Skywalker.
Luke? What if the story's still about Luke? What if Luke is the one that
has
ends
another
up
kid
confronting
in episodes 8 or 9? Because they have to pass on this. That's what Star Wars, the episodes are about, is about the Skywalkers.
Yeah, but
because there's no way Kylo Ren can make it out of the trilogy.
What if Rey is a Skywalker or whatever, but this trilogy is still almost a bit about Luke. It's majority about Luke, but the overarching story that would work into like the next trilogy or something like that would be working into Rey's trilogy. Like it would be Luke's story still, but the overarching story into the next trilogy or something like that would be Rey. I don't know.
Then how much time do you think would pass between the trilogies?
Probably not.
I think they're going to
Probably not, because Rey was the main character of this movie. So this is Rey's trilogy, right?
That's what I think. But
we had Anakin, Luke, and now we have Rey, which heavily suggests that she's a Skywalker.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like it's too easy.
I
I want it like a cool twist that makes sense.
The Star Wars stories have always been about a small little family in a big giant galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they like their
It's
shocks
small,
and
but
reveals
it's
and stuff
big.
like that, right? Like it's. I don't know. I just like
They do like their like surprises and like
exactly
reveals and stuff like that, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, Padme was secretly the queen the whole time, and like Darth Vader is Luke's father. But one of the bigger reveals that they didn't tell at all before the movie, but they kind of didn't make a big deal about it in the movie.
Anakin Skywalker being Darth Vader. I know.
No, I mean, well, yes, that in episode fucking 3 when he's just like, your name is now going to be Darth Vader. But I mean in episode 7 when Snoke is just all of a sudden like, whatever, the droid is on the Millennium Falcon with your father, Han Solo. Like, they didn't even, it wasn't just like, you kind of thought that would be like a big reveal, but it was just kind of like in the middle of the movie, early on, they just revealed it right away kind of thing.
Yeah. I had my guesses though too.
Yeah.
I assumed as well. But I also assumed about Rey, and we still don't know about her.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought we would find out. But on to the next trailer, unless you guys have something else to say about that one.
It's cool.
Me neither.
We already spent 7 minutes on it.
Well, there you go, man. That's how it's done. Star Wars. You take a
That's what I mean though. It's
35-second trailer and you talk about it for 7 minutes.
Like, it didn't show us anything new at all. And we just already went on a tangent of it.
Okay, Midnight Special. The Michael Shannon, like, Kirsten Dunst, Kylo Ren superhero film with that little boy, like, I think it's Michael Shannon's kid or whatever.
It looks
right?
interesting.
Does.
But my only problem with it is it almost seems like they showed too much in the trailer.
That could be, and that's always a problem with lots of modern movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What did you think of the trailer, Cole?
I thought it could be pretty good. I mean, Michael Shannon's pretty good actor.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. Like, he adds so much to movies when you see him. Like, have you seen Premium Rush?
No.
It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt
I
rides
know,
a
I know what it
Vikings and
is, but I
Vikings.
haven't watched it.
Oh, Michael Shannon is terrific in it. Also, what was that Christmas movie? 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
The night
whatever,
before. Yeah, he was
With,
great.
Seth
in that.
Rogen. He was so good in that. Did you see that?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god, Logan. You gotta watch
No,
it. I
no,
should buy
it's
it, yeah.
It's good.
It's real good. It's the kind that we're watching it again this following Christmas because it's like so good of a movie.
Yeah.
It's one that you watch every year now.
I'm probably gonna watch Krampus every Christmas now.
Really? I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it again because when I watched it, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, like it's what I expected it to be, right? Like, I didn't expect anything major.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I mean, I just thought we would see more Krampus.
Oh.
Like, they kind of were like,
But that kind of makes Krampus the big boss, hey? Like, it's almost like he's the one that you definitely want to fuck with. Like, if he has all these minions, Krampus is, like, the big, like...
But even the minions were people you don't want to fuck with.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Though that just, it was supposed to make Krampus seem like he's even worse, right? Like...
I guess. Maybe it just didn't hit me the right way. That's the thing about film. It's all subjective, right? Like, it's like, everybody watches it and thinks their own things.
We all know that I'm a little bit more into horror than you are. Right?
Yeah, no,
Like,
for sure.
So, yeah, it works out differently, but for everyone. Anyways.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that movie. This Midnight Special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Well, like I said, it's going to be interesting. But again, like, it almost seems like they showed too much. Like, at the very end of that trailer, even in both trailers I've seen so far for it, it seems like they show that part where he's like walking into the sun with his kid, and it almost seems like they're having a really emotional moment. It almost seems like he's gonna die from sunlight or something like that. Because anytime we ever see this kid, is he's sheltered or he's in the dark, right? Like he's never.
So do you think it's like if his eyes see it, because sometimes he's wearing goggles?
Yeah.
I noticed that too.
And his eyes were what shone when he was like, he was like covering his eyes and his eyes were glowing.
Yeah. But even from the title of the movie, Midnight Special, seems like something that's going to take place on like.
Maybe he's just a werewolf.
I don't know. It seems like he has like weird power.
Well, he can
like
change. He can like turn off. Like basically, it was like he was turning off electricity.
Yeah, he almost
shit
looked
like
he was like a small EMP or something.
Yeah.
And but the scene with him like with the glowing eyes kind of reminded me of Man of Steel a little bit, where it's like Michael Shannon is also in Man of Steel.
I know. When I seen this, I was just like, oh, this is like a Superman child origin story, but Michael Shannon's actually the
Mary
father
Jane
now.
Watson from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. There's also somebody. Oh, well, Kylo Ren from Star Wars, but also Joel Edgerton is in it.
Yeah.
Who is in Star Wars Episode 2 and 3 as Uncle Owen, young Uncle Owen.
Yeah.
So does that technically mean he's in Episode 4?
His character lives on through the actors of the original. Not the actors, one actor. It was just one actor. He was only in like 2 scenes, and then he was burned to a crisp by Boba Fett.
Oh, you're going with that fan theory.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be sweet if they made Boba Fett.
I think it'd be sweet if a person like
if
brutally burnt 2 other people to death.
Well, just because Boba Fett.
Kidding, it's Star Wars. Fuck.
Boba Fett with the whole disintegrations thing with Darth Vader. But maybe we'll see him disintegrate somebody in Rogue One, Boba Fett, like if he's in it.
They've only confirmed Darth Vader.
I know they haven't confirmed it, but what if he is? Like, just if they haven't confirmed it.
It would be cool.
And they're just getting an actor who can play Boba Fett, and they're not actually going to do a Boba Fett movie, and they're just going to have him be a guy who never takes off his mask, and he shows up in other shit. Kind of like ties some of the standalone movies and shit together, too, because he's just a bounty hunter that can show up anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And if they show him on both different sides, like what if he's on the rebel side in Rogue One?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I couldn't see it though, because we all know him to be, but that would be major. That would really put emphasis on the whole
fact
bounty
that he's just
hunter,
a bounty
right?
hunter, yeah.
Like it's
hero for hire kind of.
Yeah. Well, not a hero for hire. He's definitely a villain in the Star Wars universe. That we all
in a
know
way,
and love.
yeah. Because he doesn't like Han Solo.
That's how they've labeled him for sure. Is because like anytime you have ever played,
well, on Battlefront,
any sort of a Star Wars game that has Boba Fett in it, he's a villain.
Mm-hmm.
If you seen any of the movies with Django or Boba Fett, they're both always villains, right? Like they couldn't just all of a sudden change him to a hero, anti-hero at like the most.
What if they hired him for a job or something? He brings just to go get something. He brings it to them, and then he helps them fight off the Empire because they haven't paid him yet. He like disintegrates a bunch of fucking stormtroopers, and then they are like, okay, that's fucked up. We're never hiring you again, but we'll pay you so that you don't disintegrate us also or whatever, right? Because I just want to see Boba Fett disintegrate someone because it's an intriguing line in Empire Strikes Back where he's like, no disintegrations this time. Mm-hmm. It's like, what? What do you even mean disintegration? Like just completely disappeared, or is it just like that how they were burnt to a crisp?
Well, you know how in Rebels Season 1 with that Lasat, that's part of the team or whatever, he talks about those guns or whatever, and they're those guns that they can that's what led to like the massacre of his people is because those guns were able to disintegrate. What if Boba Fett has one, right? And then maybe that's why they put it in Rebels, is because they're gonna slowly start giving weight to that whole time when that happened with Boba Fett.
Because I think Rebels is gonna tie into Rogue One. It happens around this.
Well, they've already considered that fact that Rebels will eventually tie into Rogue One, so that they have to work the story into it, right? So like. there's a lot of stuff a lot of extra things or whatever that we could see in Rebels that will be Easter eggs in Rogue One, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like even down to maybe characters. So I'm still really interested to see what happens to Kanan and Ezra.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
It's we all know that Luke Skywalker eventually becomes the last Jedi. So what happens?
So they either die or get turned to the dark side, basically.
Yeah.
Those are the only two choices. There's rumors that Javier Bardem, or not Javier Bardem, who is it? Who's the dude that's playing
Benicio
del Toro? He's in episode 8, right? And there's rumors that he is Ezra as a Sith Lord. Or like and if that's the case, maybe he is like underneath Snoke or something, or what do you think? Like where would that even fit in?
You think maybe like the rule of 2 is broken and it's not just
Yeah.
2 anymore, or there's actually more, because that would be a big reveal for Star Wars.
That's what I think.
Right?
Yeah, the rule of 2 is broken. That Snoke is gone back on the rule of 2, and he's like, I'm amassing an army, and I'm gonna make them all fear me, and be the fact he's trying to basically rule an army of Sith, and it'll eventually turn on him, and the Jedi will have to fight against an army of just Sith that are they don't even care about each other, also kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, because they all want the most power.
Yeah.
So it'll devolve, like, they could do that, use that storyline, and make it so that when they have a Knights of the Old Republic game, people will see this is what happened in the
Knights
old
of
days.
the New Republic.
That this new shit, these Knights of Ren.
Well, that's the thing, though. Is this story almost seems to be taking the shape of Knights of the New Republic, right? Because we have Knights of the Old Republic, which everyone loves. Like, fuck, I wish they would just remake them, remaster them, and put them out for Xbox One, right?
They are remastering them.
They didn't unofficially. They did one.
Yeah, but you have to own a copy of the original game, and then you can play it.
Anyway, should we move on to something? Because we've talked about Star Wars only this episode so far.
Oh, man.
We went from Midnight Special to...
Can't help it. I'm excited to see that movie.
How did that even happen? How did we go from Midnight Special to Star Wars? I don't
know. Joel Edgerton?
Yeah.
Bastille Day trailer. That Idris Elba?
Oh, yeah. That actually looks pretty good. It definitely... Yeah, I think it looks like it's a foreign film. Which is going to be British, because we both have... Was Rob Stark...
Yeah.
And Idris Elba, which they're
but they both were
British
speaking
actors.
American.
Yeah, but it also seemed like it was coming. We didn't check, but it seemed like it was coming out on DVD right away. It said coming. I don't know.
Coming soon can mean they just don't ever.
True.
They haven't announced the release date, but it's coming to theaters right away.
I feel like it's a straight DVD release or something.
I hope not. Looks like a cool
It does look
premise for a movie and shit.
Yeah, it does.
But
Like
at the same time, there's
Rob
parts...
Stark goes and he's like, I'm the best at what I do or whatever, and he's like, okay, steal my wallet, and he comes up and he just like pats him down or whatever, and then he's like, okay, it's done, and then he's just like still there, and he's like, not the money, or whatever. He pulls out the money. That's fucking sweet.
That's pretty good, yeah.
And the way that they cut, it's clearly cut so that there's more to that scene than what we just saw.
Yeah.
Right? So that'll be interesting to see that full scene. Like, shit like that, the way that's what it's going to be kind of about. Like, those kind of cool little scenes with Rob Stark doing that shit. Plus, Idris Elba being a badass, like, just destroying people in little action scenes.
I was just going to say that there are little things in it, though, that it seems like it could be a little bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, yeah.
It does look good.
It might be a shitty movie. Yeah. We don't know yet. This is based on a trailer.
There's just a couple little things or whatever that I've seen. I was like... It almost seemed like the way it was filmed type of a way. That a couple parts it seemed like, okay, maybe this movie won't hold up like the trailer's kind of showing. But overall, the trailer looked pretty good. It looked like... It made the movie interesting, at least. Out of thousands of movies that come out every year.
The trailer caught my eye for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So...
So, yeah, like, we don't know if the movie will be good, but the trailer definitely was.
Yeah.
And, like you said, it could be bad. We don't know. Because there's always that lingering chance of, like, what if this movie is just the shittiest movie ever?
Yeah.
Because usually, like, there's lots of times where there's an awesome trailer and then it's a bad movie.
Oh yeah.
Like 3
Tons
out
of
of 4
times,
of the
yeah.
Transformers movies.
Yeah.
999 official trailer number 2. We watched that also. It was that's that one that has like a huge cast, like Kate Winslet
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't remember, Chiwetel Ejiofor and a bunch of other people as well.
Oh yeah. No, there's lots, but the only thing I had a problem with that trailer is the music. I didn't like the music. Didn't care for it. Didn't really seem to fit. But
Yeah.
overall, the movie looks like it's gonna be pretty good. Like it
Mm-hmm.
almost looks like a gangster bank robber version of The Departed, almost. Because
Yeah.
there's one part there where it looks like Anthony Mackie's part of the police, but he's also
Knows some of that, yeah.
in that he's in that gang, and it seems like he's like undercover or something like that. So
Yeah,
who knows?
well,
Yeah.
It
Casey Affleck also kind of seems like how Mark Wahlberg was a little bit in The Departed, where he's like kind of just like hardcore, cold cop the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
Just a little bit.
Mark
You know
Wahlberg
what I mean?
was the one that like
He wasn't
he
undercover.
was
or
a good
anything.
he was a good guy.
Yeah.
He was a cop the whole time.
Yeah, he was a good
Whether
guy.
he was a good guy or not, he was a cop.
He went and got revenge on that one dude
Yeah,
who
Matt
killed
Damon.
the actual cop.
Matt
he went
Damon.
yeah, he went and like
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying he might not have been a good person when he went home to his wife or whatever, but he was a cop as opposed to like a criminal.
yeah.
In the story, right? Like his character, he seemed like he was kind of a dick,
Oh yeah, for sure.
right?
But-
That's what I mean. So he wasn't necessarily a good guy, but he was like, in the story, he was fighting for the good side or whatever, right? Like where
Yeah.
it's like, he is a cop, but he wasn't a good guy. And that's what I kind of get the feeling from Casey Affleck in this trailer. Where it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he's kind of like a little bit of a slime ball, but in the end, he's like gonna do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it'll be a good movie.
Oh yeah.
I have high hopes for it.
I thought of The Departed too when I see the previews for that. Yeah. I was like, yeah, this reminds me of that.
Yeah, no, you're more into those like gangster films and stuff too, eh?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, not
Yeah.
like, like the older, a little bit older ones, or like ones that are like period films, I guess.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to see it actually. Like,
Yeah.
it looks like it's gonna be really good. But some other stuff happened in the world. Kanye West and SNL. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah.
I just found out today from you because I heard that Deadpool thing. I didn't know what it was all
Okay.
about, and then you guys told me it was from an SNL skit with Kanye West. So I guess yeah.
You guys ready to listen? We're gonna listen to the Kanye West talking at SNL.
Is there a video of it?
No, it's just. This is on TMZ.
Look at that shit. They took my fucking stage off at SNL. Without asking me. Now I'm off. That and Taylor Swift, fake ass. Y'all ain't gonna do this. We breaking the motherfucking internet. I'm in 6 years of this fucking shit. Let's get to it, bro. Let's get to it, bro. Are they fucking crazy? Bro, by 50%. Stanley Kubrick. Apostle Paul. Fucking Apostle and Esteban. By 50% more influential than any other human being. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. By 50%, dead or alive. By 50% for the next 1,000 years. Fuck. Stanley Kubrick. Yay.
There you go. So, apparently Kanye West thinks he's 50% more influential than any other human being that's ever lived or will live for the next 1,000 years. What's your
Yeah.
takeaway?
I've never liked the guy. Like I
don't
always had
either.
him.
I mean, he's got alright songs every once in a while. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of his music, but
I don't like any of his songs. I hate the guy. I hate Kanye West. I despise him as a person.
yeah, he's not a good
Such
person
an
at all.
arrogant, ignorant prick.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Listen up for it, Michael. SNL took my fucking life apart around without asking. Now I'm cool. That's Andrew Taylor. Fake ass. I'm gonna break the motherfucking internet. about 7 years since X-Men Origins. Fuck this shit. I just think it's the rated R movie of all time. Like, fucking crazy? I'm 50% more influential than MC Hammer. Apostle Judas Iscariot. Zacchaeus Ceresto. 10% more influential than Barbara Bush, the Muppets, Bob Newhart. 60% more influential than the iPhone 5, Shredded Cheese, and Dr. Booth. 7% less influential than the Urban Dictionary. Fuck with me. Fuck with me. Dead or alive. 3% more than Wolverine. YouTubers is Charlie. So Ryan Reynolds posted this rant video about Deadpool.
So, this was from musicnews.com, and there's a link to, I don't know, somebody else's video on YouTube, but yeah. That was pretty funny, I think.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm so happy that we're hopefully going to maybe even see more stuff from Deadpool coming into the future, where it's like, even though he doesn't have a movie coming out right away still, he's still doing shit on his YouTube and stuff like that, right? Because this actually came out on Ryan Reynolds' YouTube account.
Oh, wow.
Well, he has his own suit, so he can do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, like, same with that James Corden thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was that whole James Corden thing, or James Corden wanted to be a sidekick to Deadpool.
Yeah.
Deadpool wasn't having it. It was an okay video. I don't like James Corden that much. He's not that funny.
No.
And this video was okay. It was only funny because of the fact Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool were in it, right?
Yeah.
But I just liked in the background how Ryan Reynolds had all like the sexiest man alive and sexiest dad.
Oh, yeah.
All this sort of stuff. It was pretty funny. How it was like off the movie with the whole that whole beginning scene is just awesome with Deadpool. How they introduce his character, like the credits.
The opening credits of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
God's greatest gift to the world, and it's just a magazine.
It's like, what is it? It's like God's brilliant idiot or something like that.
Yeah.
Or God's perfect idiot.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And then all of a sudden it's just Ryan times
sexiest man alive. Yeah. And then later when he fucking is packing all that bag and he throws in the Hugh Jackman Sexiest Man Alive People magazine.
Yeah, and then all at the end there or whatever, he's got the mask of Hugh
Jackman
stapled into his face too, and it's just like, chick has to pull the staple out.
Yeah.
No, I love that movie, man. That's definitely one of my favorite Marvel, Fox, whatever movies of all time. Like it's not actually Marvel Studios, but it's a Marvel comic movie, right?
Yeah.
Like Stan Lee's cameo in that.
Yeah.
Oh, the best cameo
he
I've
even
seen.
said it was his favorite of all the Marvel movies too, because
Stripper G.
Good joke, dude.
Stripper G,
Like he's just because he didn't have the joke, he had the setup or whatever, right? Where it's just like, next stripper is it's like Chastity, and fucking TJ Miller's like, or as I like to call her, Irony. But so there's actually some big news so it's about this news about Kesha that I talked a little bit about it with you guys. We were talking about it a little bit before.
Yeah, I didn't hear about this.
But whether or not you like Kesha, it's more about a person. It's a story about a person or whatever, right? Where it's like, so I guess basically she took to court this guy. His name is Dr. Luke, aka Lucas Gottwald. So this is from The Verge. I'm reading this off TheVerge.com. Kesha has been embroiled in a lawsuit with Dr. Luke and Sony Music, which owns that dude's record label, Kemosabe Records. So she's been in this lawsuit for several years. The injunction would have permitted Kesha to prematurely terminate or edit her contract with Sony and release music outside of Gottwald's shadow. So basically, all she's trying to do is get out of the contract that she's in with this dude who... So basically, in 2014, Kesha sued this guy, Dr. Luke, for sexual assault and battery, claiming that she was sexually, physically, verbally, and emotionally abused by the producer throughout their decade-long relationship. So they were in a relationship, and she says that he was abused. But the problem is, she doesn't really have any evidence of it. And, I mean, as much as I want to believe what somebody says, when she says it, and I don't want to think that somebody would be that kind of a person that would just make this up to get out of a record deal or whatever, right? I don't think that that's the case.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you still need evidence, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing about fact. You need to have evidence to make it be a fact. You can't just have somebody say something. This is what happened, because clearly the other guy's side of the story isn't going to be the same thing. Luke denied the allegations and countersued, claiming Kesha's lawsuit qualified as extortion and breach of contract. And Sony Music effectively sided with Dr. Luke, saying it was just caught in the crossfire of their legal fight. So, like, I don't know. And basically, pop stars, all the pop stars are going on Kesha's side and stuff. Well, I don't know, not all of them, but so like Lady Gaga was tweeting, "There are people all over the world who love you, Kesha, and I can say, truly, I am in awe of your bravery." Iggy Azalea said, "I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but I believe Kesha deserves the ability to move forward, create, and earn a living." And she also said, "If two people don't want to be in business with one another, it seems very cruel to hold the other in a contract." So, like, I don't know. That's the thing about contracts, though.
I know.
In a way, it's like that's the problem with this. It's because she doesn't have any evidence of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to believe her because that's a real fucked up thing that I don't think that somebody would just make up, right? But still, in a way, she has a reason that she would make, like, there is a possible reason why she could make it up.
There's a motive
thing, right?
behind why she'd be doing this that's opposite of what she's trying to claim.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't think that's the case, and I would hope that what isn't the case, but it could be. Like, we don't know. That's the problem with not having evidence. So, like, I agree with what Iggy Azalea says, though, in a way. Like, it is, if, like, this is kind of weird, but I'm going to bring it to kind of Marvel with the Red Skull. Because the actor, he's the same actor that was in Lord of the Rings and Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, made the Matrix too.
Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Smith.
And V for Vendetta. He's in tons of movies. He was Red Skull, and basically he has said publicly he doesn't really want to be Red Skull again. He is contracted to play Red Skull more times, but Marvel is the type of, and Disney is the type of company that, and their relationship is such that they're not going to ask him to do it if he doesn't want to do it, right? They're not going to force him to do it.
Yeah.
Even though they could, they aren't gonna, right?
They could just have Red Skull, but
make it be somebody else because he's going to have a red skull the whole time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like there was rumors that, what's his face? In Winter Soldier, we were just watching it.
when
The guy, I can't remember the actor's name. The main bad guy, Hydra agent, at the end,
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford.
Oh yeah.
There was rumors that people were thinking that he was going to be the Red Skull before the movie came out.
Oh really?
Yeah. That at the end there was going to reveal, he's going to pull off his mask and he was the Red Skull. But clearly that's not the case.
Well, yeah, I know.
But anyways, yeah, so like, I don't know. That's the thing. What do you guys think? There's not much to say other than, like, what do you think?
It's fucked up.
No, it is. It's
Yeah.
like you said. It's just like it's hard to. There are people out there who are capable of doing stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it is a big claim to say against someone that they did this. So it's the whole thing that there's no evidence behind it. So it would be like it's just such a shitty situation. Whether or not, like, if it did actually happen, that's shitty, right? Like, it's a fucked up thing for him to do, get to her. But at the same time, just imagine the reverse. Imagine what if, like, she's making this up. Like, it's just it's a fucked up situation.
If she's telling the truth,
Which
she's
either
horrible.
side,
And if she's lying, she's horrible.
whoever's lying and whoever's telling the truth, either which way, it's a fucked up situation.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And it's just hard to actually know because, like you
Nobody
said,
was there.
there's no evidence.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, no, for
And
sure.
maybe, who knows, maybe in time there can be some evidence that'll turn up. Who knows, but yeah. Anyways.
Do you have anything else that you...
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, when everybody points the finger at each other, and it's like, oh, shit.
And there's no way to back it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he said, she, bunch of he said, she said, bullshit. No.
No, yeah, but it is. It really is. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And which, in terms of, like, that's the problem. In the courts, a lot of times, eyewitness testimony and just saying things actually holds a lot more weight than it really should.
Yeah.
Because it should hold no weight.
Yeah. Witness testimonies, yeah, they do hold quite a bit of weight. At the same time, it's just like, they shouldn't hold as much. Like, it does carry a little bit of weight, but it shouldn't hold as much, right? Because what if you have a group of witnesses that just, like, you could just buy them out?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Like,
the thing.
some people just buy, like, crime lords and stuff, like mob bosses and stuff like that. They just pay witnesses.
No, exactly. Even
Cartels,
somebody see, but
yeah.
not only that, somebody seeing something and saying they saw something doesn't necessarily mean that what they saw was real or any
Yeah.
right? People can like your brain. You see optical illusions all the time, and your brain fucking tricks you. And that's just a picture on a page. And so, like, if there's a car accident that happens and there's 8 people that saw it, and you get testimony from all those people, all the stories will be different in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's the same thing as this, where you should have to have evidence, and that's the thing with science. Like, yeah, if you say, like, I saw this, this is what I saw happen, then maybe the scientists will say, okay, let's investigate that further. But I'm not going to just agree that it's fact because you said you saw it, right? It'll maybe be intriguing enough that it's like, okay, let's look more into that, but that's...
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's the scientific... That's what you do to learn more, right? Like, it's just like, let's learn more if we can, otherwise maybe we'll find out that it's just bupkis.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But...
That's why the justice system is so hard, right?
No, it's true.
It's like...
It's about who can argue the best, not about who's right.
Right.
No, that is seems to be our justice system nowadays, is who can argue the best compared to what is actual fact and what isn't, right?
No, yeah, for sure.
That's another shitty situation.
No, definitely. But on a lighter note, Canadian scientists cheer Japanese launch of Hitomi telescope. So the Japanese, this is on theglobalmail.com, but Japanese have launched a new telescope that's basically, I guess it's like one of the biggest, here, let's see. Scientists are getting an X-ray view into the cosmos with Hitomi, a new observatory that successfully launched from Japan's Tanegashima Space Center on Wednesday. The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency confirmed in a statement that the launch vehicle flew as planned, and the satellite carrying the X-ray telescope, formerly known as Astro H, separated successfully from the rocket about 14 minutes and 15 seconds after the liftoff at 3:45 a.m. Eastern Time. So, at more than 12 meters long when fully extended, Hitomi is longer than any telescope of its kind ever built, and scientists hope that it will provide unprecedented access to the secrets of black holes, supernovas, and galaxy clusters as it measures high-energy X-rays in space.
Nice.
So basically, X-rays it's light.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, like, everyone thinks space is all dark and black. If you're to look at it through...
Different spectrums.
It's completely colorful.
Because so that's the thing. If you go on the spectrum, the lowest is like infrared and then red, and then like we only see a small portion, right? There's lower than infrared, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then, but you see our visible spectrum where it's like infrared and then, or not infrared, but it goes red, orange, yellow, like the colors of the rainbow, and then it gets to violet, and then there's ultraviolet, which is, we know, is basically what causes sunburns and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then beyond that, you have X-rays. And so if something burns, as something burns hotter and hotter, stars or supernovas, whatever,
more intense that wavelength
they have higher wavelengths of, So black holes, technically, is so massive, and it's not necessarily hotter, but it's like emitting. It's the gravity and shit. It's all emitting wavelengths of X-rays. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know exactly. You can look it up yourself, but that's as far as what I know of it. What do you guys think about this whole big old telescope up in space?
Oh, that's gonna be cool. I can't wait for. I think it's called the James Webb
Yeah.
telescope. It's gonna be like the predecessor to the Hubble telescope,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna be able
Not
to
predecessor,
see,
but
or not predecessor, but the
next in line.
successor
Yeah,
Successor. Yeah.
to the Hubble telescope, and it's gonna like what we've seen from the Hubble telescope so far, like it's such clear, awesome looking images that we see so far away, right? Like we can see other galaxies and other stars and other systems so far away. It's the furthest that we can see because it's it's such a magnified telescope that's not in the Earth's light pollution air. It's in its own.
Plus,
it's
they do long exposure pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just even having another telescope up there now that can see these X-ray images that Canadian scientists are gonna be able to look at for a brief period of time. It's pretty cool. Like we're learning new stuff every day. Like we just recently discovered, like we knew about gravitational waves in theory, but we never actually were able to detect them until the other day.
It was something that Einstein theorized 100 years before it was actually discovered to be true.
Yeah, no.
Like it was 100 years to the year. Like it was 1916, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
When he theorized it. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. I could look that up.
But no, all these advances we keep on getting, like, or all these new discoveries and things that we learn about every day about space, like all the recent things with Mars and how much we've learned about Mars in the last little while. Same with Pluto. And I guess there was a thing there a couple weeks ago too where they're saying there quite possibly could be another planet in our solar system.
Yeah.
And it has a really
way outside.
Yeah, it's like
an
so slow that it hasn't made even one orbit like in the history of humankind, I think. Something like that. It's like so far out.
Oh yeah.
An exoplanet.
Because like Pluto hasn't even made, or maybe it finally has made one rotation since we discovered it.
Yeah.
It's like 70 years it takes to do it. And that's, in this, it's like at least twice as far, I think. It's like huge distance compared to even like Pluto. I don't know what I even just clicked on. I should probably have...
Porn. No.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, well it says 100 years ago, but let's see if it has Wikipedia, so we know that's 100% accurate all the time, right? Yeah, it says right here, predicted in 1916 by Albert Einstein. So, unless somebody just quickly came and changed this, well,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's could be the truth.
Meanwhile on my phone.
Yeah.
But basically what it's about is the way that Einstein thinks about space is not like space as we know it, it's emptiness, but it's actually not. What it is, it's a surface, a three-dimensional surface in a higher dimensional universe, right? So like if you were higher dimension, you like it'd be the same way as you look at a two-dimensional piece of paper.
Or this table, I know.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So it's like, what it is gravity is an object. So imagine if you had like a big stretched fabric made in a circle like this, but there was, you could like, if you put something on here, it would sink down. Like it was just empty. That's how gravity works. So if you have like a black hole, it's really heavy and it drops it down really far and shit gets sucked in really easily. But you can also orbit it. If you spin a marble around that, it'll go like this. Same way, like, you know, if you have those if you put a coin into those things, I don't know if they still have those around.
The funnels, they do.
Yeah. That's what basically Einstein theorized, and they finally have proof that, because if that's the case, it would move through it in a wave, in the same way that technically, if you had a stick that was like reached out to the moon, you would think that if you moved the stick, the end of the stick would move like at the speed of light. But it wouldn't, because the information of moving that stick can only travel as fast as the speed of sound because of the way. That's what like it's a sound wave moving through, but a gravitational wave moves at the speed of light because it's in space, right? I believe that's how it works. Is the difference and shit, right? Where it's like, but that's what Einstein theorized, is that it's actually the fabric of space-time, and it's so it's like almost like water. If you drop in a rock and it makes like a splash, then there'll be the ripples that you'll see later, right?
Yeah.
And we detected that. Well, not me and you, but scientists. You know.
So me.
Science!
No, I'm not a scientist. I wish.
But yeah. I don't know. I think that's everything that we have to talk about. It's kind of short, but we can probably spend some time talking about the final segment of the show.
What are we playing, reading, watching?
Yeah.
Correct the mundo. So, do either of you guys have anything? Start with you, Cole. Anything you've been reading, watching, or playing that you would like to share?
What have I been reading? Just heavy metal lately.
You don't have to pick like all three, like a topic for all three.
Yeah.
You just have to pick like one thing that you've been watching, playing, or reading, right? They can be either of the three or...
Yeah, no, I like heavy metal, the magazine. Been reading lots of those lately.
It's a magazine or is it a comic book or?
It's like I don't know. It's technically defined as a magazine, but it's basically like a fantasy comic book that has it's like an anthology. Every issue has like a bunch of stories in it.
So then it just kind of is about rock also as well as fantasy, or what is it like?
It's got elements of rock and like heavier shit in the storylines and stuff like that.
Or is it just heavy metal is just an ironic name? But it is actually.
Yeah, it has like I don't know. I guess like
it is
metal.
Some
elements.
References to rock and roll and metal and stuff like. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because they made it animated. You talked about that in our podcast about animated episodes, right?
Yeah.
Not animated episodes, but
the
animated movies.
Soundtrack is wicked. The second one they made is okay. I mean,
I don't know. I've never seen either.
It's called Heavy Metal 2000. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I think I might have actually seen that.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got Pantera in the soundtrack, which is pretty cool, but the story is just, I don't know.
You know what's unreal that's on Netflix that you should watch?
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury.
I knew you were going to say that.
If anybody hasn't seen Kung Fury, go out and watch Kung Fury because it is
the best half hour of your life.
Oh, yeah. It's only like a half hour, 29 minutes or something like that. So, check it out. Logan, anything that you've been playing, watching, or reading?
Been watching a lot of shit lately. It's 3 seasons of Arrow. I haven't started season 4 yet. I don't know. I'm skeptical. I might just because
you don't have to. Just don't.
I'm totally caught up on the Flash.
Yeah, that's something that I need to start
watching.
It's
such a good. It's like the.
Oh yeah, especially
It's actually a superhero show. Like if you're to take something out of the comics that's a little bit like humorous and meant for a kid's audience, right? Like it's not like Netflix's Daredevil and Jessica Jones, right? Where that's more of an adult themed shows, right? Whereas this is they can get out to any audience and it'll reach anybody. Like it's good. Like it's a good show. Like the special effects, the powers, the characters. Yeah, some of the super villains are a little bit short lived, but they keep the good ones around.
Yeah.
And I like the nerdiness and the science they try to put into the Flash. Like obviously a lot of the science, like it's superhero show, right? Like some of the science is gonna, but they try, right? They try to put the science into it, and it's pretty good. I really enjoy the Flash. I'm looking forward to watching more of it as it comes out. I recommend everyone getting into it. But I've been watching Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh you started on it?
Yes, I'm up to date on it too, and it's alright. Like it's a lot of the characters I liked from the show, or from Arrow and the Flash, but it's almost like the characters have changed. Like, they changed their personality. Like, the Atom and Sarah Lance, the White Canary, Captain Cold.
Like, changed in what way?
Captain Cold and Heatwave have stayed the same. But it's just like their personalities have changed. They're not the same people that they were in the previous shows. They obviously are, but it's like their personalities have changed. Like, they're just a different person. Because, like, the Atom was totally different in Arrow than he was in this show, and I'm kind of a little bit disappointed with him. Like, he's pretty much supposed to be like the fucking Iron Man of this universe.
Yeah.
And he was doing a good job in Arrow, and now in Legends of Tomorrow, it's just kind of like, what the fuck, man? Like, yeah, anyways.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I do want to start watching those, except for Arrow. I watched Arrow before, and it turned me off of...
It's a hit and miss.
Yeah.
So they have their good episodes, and then they have their bad episodes, and it's just like... Season 2...
But I've heard
season
such
2
good
is
things about The Flash.
Season
and I
2
do
of
like
Arrow is pretty
speedster characters.
No, it is. It is pretty good. And like I said, like, just some of the concepts and the ideas that they try to introduce into it is pretty good. The only thing
Plus, they have, like, King Shark and, like, Gorilla Grodd and shit like
that's
that.
that's my one disappointment is that King Shark is the misuse for King Shark.
Oh, really?
I was really looking forward to King Shark, and he is very briefly in the show.
Oh, really?
There's, like, one...
I heard that they were bringing him back again soon.
I hope so, because they very briefly had him in one
Probably
episode.
cost a lot of money.
And it was like, what the fuck? But that's the thing, though, is that, like, there's so many other superhero... Like,
But a full
Gorilla,
CGI shark head
like Gorilla
shit?
Grodd, what they've done with Gorilla Grodd so far is really... Well, like, there's been a couple episodes of Gorilla Grodd, and it's really well done.
Yeah.
But with King Shark, it was literally, like, a scene.
Yeah.
Like, one scene with with King Shark, and it was like, that was it. It was like... Not even like a backstory or anything like that. It was just like he showed up. That's it. Like, gone. I don't even know if he might even be dead. I don't know.
Shitty.
But anyways.
But yeah, I don't know what been playing some. What's it called? That undead? No, it's not undead anything. It's Dying Light. I've been playing it because they released a new DLC called The Following, and you have to be level 12 to be able to... It doesn't... You don't have to be level 12, but it says we recommend you be level 12, and I was like level 5 when I stopped playing, so it's like, I need to...
Is it a free download?
No, it's like $20.
Oh.
But it's like almost a whole new game.
Yeah, because it's like...
New level and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
You can drive buggies and...
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, because I got pretty far on the first time late. I went just towards leveling up my guy, not doing much of the missions. Like, I got to the second half of the map, but that's where it kind of stopped. I don't know. It's getting kind of weird for me.
Yeah, I really like it, but the only problem is, like, I don't know, I have it's so easy to get trapped into a horde, and it's hard to just, like, single out zombies and fucking kill them. But depending on your location, you get good... There's lots of environmental shit that you can use to fucking kill zombies, which is awesome. Like, kicking them into spike walls and shit like that, or kicking them off of buildings or bridges and shit. No, I really like it, and I can't wait to try the full one, because it also has, like, a crossbow and a bow and arrow and shit in that other one. Yeah.
As soon as you get, like, the grapple gun, it's just, like, any chase... Like, you're no longer that afraid anymore. You're no longer just like, oh my god, like, you can get away from anything as soon as you get the grapple gun.
Yeah. I don't think I've gotten it yet, but
it's awesome.
I want to. That's like in Just Cause with the grapple gun. That's pretty much all. Like, I just fly around using the grapple gun. Pretty much makes it so much easier. But Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt Season 2 trailer was another thing that came out I forgot about. And it was a tiny little trailer, barely had anything. But just the fact... I love that show.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
It's so good. And Season 2 comes out April 15th on Netflix. And I'm pumped to see it. Have you seen it, Cole?
No, I haven't.
It's a comedy. It's a Netflix original series comedy. And it's really good. It's got Ellie Kemper, who was... She replaced... what's her face? Pam. You know Pam, the
Oh, really?
receptionist on The Office?
Yeah.
She replaced Pam for a while. You know that chick that replaced Pam that was
I think
like
so, yeah.
dating Andy or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
That's who it's about. And basically was in a like end of the world suicide cult, but she got rescued, and so she like it's about her trying to figure out how to live a normal life, basically. But it's actually really funny. I really, really enjoy it.
Nice.
The show is actually created by Tina Fey and Robert Carlock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it's like it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually nominated for Emmys. I don't know what Emmys. I'm just reading this off of Variety, but it says the Emmy nominated comedy. So there you go. It's Emmy nominated.
Emily.
Eminem. That's all, folks. But yeah, I think that's all that I've been watching. Or well, I guess I haven't been watching it, but I'm gonna be watching it. But there was something else. Well, oh yeah, the Oscars are next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys going to be watching the Oscars? Chris Rock is hosting. Leo might win an Oscar.
That would be like the only thing I'd want.
Yeah.
To see.
I'm watching the Oscars. So if you guys want, you can come over here and watch the Oscars.
I don't know. I'll be a distance away.
No, I know. It's fine if you can't make it, but the offer is there. If you guys want to come, I will be watching the Oscars, and I'll probably do a pre-Oscars video talking about who I think who we'll all think will win and shit.
Yeah, because like the thing about the Oscars, it's something I can just find out in 5 minutes the next day, right?
Yeah.
Where I don't have to spend the 3 hours on watching it. I can just find out in 5 minutes the next day, and then actually just watch the movies, right? Like,
Yeah, but you don't want to watch Chris Rock host the Oscars?
I'll just watch the highlights.
Yeah.
10 minutes. There we go.
All
10
right,
minutes
look.
to watch the highlights and watch who won.
I guess.
Cut down that
I
unbearable
enjoy
3
watching
hours
it.
that I could do something else in my time.
It's not unbearable. I enjoy watching the Oscars. The only part that's unbearable is when they come out and they're talking about
When they talk about the things you don't really want to hear about.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
which isn't all of it, but it's a lot.
No, but there's a lot of stuff that it's just like, okay, come on, where's Best Picture? Where's Best Actor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
all I
they save the
care
best shit for like right near the end. Where it's
Exactly.
Like, well, fuck. But that
That is it.
is everything.
That's it. That's all.
It's all the stuff. Oh, look at that. 57 minutes and
Oh, nice. Yeah.
we almost made it to an hour. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. And that's going to be it for this episode. I guess I should tell you where, if you guys want to. Well, I guess this is going to be on YouTube now. So, comment any of the things that we talked about. Let us know your thoughts on them, because that's really like important shit. I like to know this is what are we talking about, and meaning you guys too. So join the conversation and enter in the comments there, and or you can email us at whatwetalkingabouttoday@gmail.com, Twitter and Instagram at whatwetalkin. What are we talking about on Facebook, SoundCloud, and iTunes if you want to listen to the audio only version.
Yeah.
Where do people find you?
They can find me at Greater Nowhere through the band, or through you
On Twitter and
on Twitter as well. It's at Greater Nowhere.
Is that like what sites?
Oh, and then on YouTube at the Greater Nowhere on YouTube, and SoundCloud and Twitter and Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Logue, nothing.
I'm still mysterious, yeah. Gonna have to like
You
blur
have
out
to
my face for this video now.
tweet at what we talking if you want to get a hold of Logue.
This movie's or this show's gonna be like The Ring, where it's just like if you watch this episode, I'm gonna come and like kill you in like 7 days because you see my face. So be warned.
Well, be warned. Logan's coming to your house, boys and girls.